All right, we are live. What's up, y'all? We back with the Cheap Seats podcast. It's your boy Chan. I'm here with my two awesome, wonderful, amazing hosts. Mac, how you doing?
Doing pretty good.
That's awesome. That's what I like to hear. Icy, how about you, man?
Good, pretty good.
That's good. That's good. I can't lie to you. I'm doing pretty good right now. Got Arthur Smith out the building. Didn't know who we were gonna take, and it turns out we get an old face. So I'm happy with it. But I do want to know what y'all's thoughts are on this hire, because a lot of people have had like a lot of different feelings about it. I've liked it, but other people haven't. So, Mac, how you feeling about it?
I don't know. It all depends on because I know he used to have an offensive background with the Falcons for a few years. Worked under McVay, which is good. That's always a green flag. I don't know. It all depends on who he gets as his offensive coordinator. That's the biggest thing for defensive head coaches.
Hmm.
That's going to make or break them, and also quarterback who's going to be under center for them. But I don't know. I don't know. I think they could have done better, but they also could have done way worse. So I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty even on it. Hopefully, it works out.
I'm just happy we didn't get Bill. Honestly,
Yeah.
honestly, I mean, I was gonna be so upset. But Icy, how you feel about it as a division rival?
I mean, I think it's a good pickup. I think um y'all don't want to turn it. Y'all gotta be careful and don't turn into the Jets because they have a good defense over there and they have quote unquote decent weapons, good weapons, but they just really can't get the quarterback situation right. I mean, we know they do have Aaron Rodgers, but you just gotta make sure you get a good OC over there. Make sure that offense up and running. You got to get a good quarterback. That's the main thing. So, but I mean, the defense was good last year. He coming over there, bro. Probably gonna make the defense better. So, hey, I'm pretty. Yeah, I agree with Matt. I'm pretty even on the island too.
Well, a lot of people, especially the Falcons fan base, they were not happy, and I get it. You hire a guy who's, if you're just looking at it on the surface level, right? His his record as a head coach is like 21-38, I believe. Not ideal. I get it, but he was 32, and I did a little research this morning. The only other head coach that has, or excuse me, the only two head coaches that have ever been hired prior to being 30 years old, whenever Raheem Morris was hired at that point, so 2009 and prior to 2009, the only other ones to ever have a winning record in one season as a head coach is, oh God, I can't think of his name, John McNeilson or McPhilson for the Steelers in 1949, and then this random dude named John Madden who started coaching with the Raiders. If you guys have ever heard of him. So yeah, only two prior to 2009, prior to Sean McVay, of course. But trolls are out. Oh, God, we already got the trolls in here. It's crazy. But what's up?
Oh,
What's up?
yeah,
What's up? Cool. Um,
damn it. That's true. It is after school for them.
that is
Just
right. Well, they may still be in school. You know, they may actually still be in school. But
nah,
it's
nah. Streaming a streaming a YouTube video in class is pretty wild. I'm not gonna lie, but go off.
we're up on the smart board.
But
My thing
yeah.
also
Anyways,
my thing also is he's been in the Sean McVay, I guess, system, right, for 5 years. He was a defensive guy, but he also coached offense in the NFL. I don't know how rare that is, but I feel like it's a little rare, personally. I don't know too many coaches that have both coached wide receivers, been a pass game coordinator, and been a defensive coordinator. So he's also won a Super Bowl. He was on a team that lost the Super Bowl. Fair point. I had somebody earlier say his defense lost us the Super Bowl. No, he was the wide receivers coach. What's up, Nathan? So I get sidetracked. See, I can't talk too much if I'm reading this chat. But I don't get why there's such a negative outburst on this, and also with the fact of how he's respected as a leader, right? He like as soon as he was hired, Jalen Ramsey of all people is saying how he is the verbatim. I'm not making this up. Best coach in the NFL. Do I believe that? No, but that's the praise that he's been getting from players around the league, from coaches around the league. The Rams were big on him getting a job, and that makes me feel even better about it. I mean, half the job of being a head coach is being a leader. So if he's great at that, then I'm happy with the hire. Versus what we did have with somebody who lost the locker room, who didn't use his players right. So I'm happy personally. But there was also another head coaching hire, and that was with my boy Icy's Panthers. So how are you feeling about that hire, Icy?
So I'm fine with the hire. Just give people don't know who Dave is, man. Who started out as a Seattle's quarterback coach through 2016 through really ended in 2020. He came back in 2022. He was also the passing game coordinator through 2020 through 21, and then he was
What's
the
up, Nathan? How you
Bucks
doing?
offensive coordinator this past year. And the quarterbacks he worked under is obviously Russell Wilson, who had a career best 68.8 passing percentage, 40 TDs, 4,000 yards, 105 passing rating. And those all career best. And Russell Wilson was a four-time Pro Bowler under Dave. Also in 2022, he had Geno, and Geno was named Comeback Player of the Year. And he also had career best in passing yards, passing touchdowns, completion percentage, passer rating, and net rushing, which is crazy. And then this year, obviously, the job he did in Tampa Bay with Baker, it was Baker's best year. 28 passing touchdowns, 64 completion, 4,000 yards, and a 94 passer rating, which was the second best in his career. So I like he can take Bryce to new heights. A lot of people on
Yo, what's up, bro?
in
I'll
the
tell him you
fan
said what's
base
up in a
was kind
second.
of 50-50 with it. Just because if you look at Tampa Bay's overall like offensive numbers, it was kind of middle of the pack. And I'm like, well, at the end of the day, and then also like a couple weeks ago we played them and they only put 9 points on us. But people forgot that we have a top five defense and when the year ended. So we have a playoff defense. We just gotta get the offense right and the personnel right. But obviously there was other candidates out, like people it was crazy. Vrabel, he was on his way to Charlotte the night before the day we had announced Dave as head coach.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I'm happy. I mean, I was cool. I'm getting a defensive minded head coaching, but offensive guy. That's the way the league is going, so I'm cool with it. I hope we keep our DC. Um, but with Dave, the only problem I got problem with Dave is that he signed a 6-year contract, and in that contract it said he will report directly to David Temper. That's the only thing I don't like about this hire. Because David Temper's trying to fuck shit up, and it's like, just let it go, bro.
You know what's crazy is we have the same thing with Raheem Morris. Him and Terry Fontenot, or how you pronounce his last name, they have to report to Arthur Blank directly now. We got rid of Rich McKay. Thank God.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the GM. Our newly GM, um, him and Dave, they gotta report straight to the pig himself. So it sucks, but I mean, at the same time though, people gotta understand. We want everybody to be on the same page.
Hmm.
So if the captain sinks with the ship, the lieutenant or the whoever second in charge, third in charge, they fall down right with them. So it's gonna be, Dan and Dave. I want to see what they're gonna be cooking up, and people also have to understand, bro. Like we have to give them a chance. And Dan is under the most pressure, I think, from any GM in the league, just because fans already saying like, "Yo, he got a year to turn this roster around." And I'm like, you can't give him a
A
year.
year. That's
That's what I'm saying. You can't get like
a
this,
year is
like a two
crazy.
team, a 2-win team, a year is crazy. You can't do him that dirty, bro.
That's
You
disgusting.
gotta give him at least 2 to 3 years to turn something around.
Well, y'all don't even have a draft pick this year. You can't use this year by you don't have a first round draft pick. So like I definitely wouldn't use this year as the measuring stick. I'd use 2 years, 3 years as the real. I mean, that's why you gave him a 6 year contract. Like this is a long term hire. Also, before you keep going, Sal said that Dave Canales is a QB whisperer and he's going to change your offense. And Damien said, "What's up, Icy?"
Oh, so hey, what's up, dog? That's my boy, dog. Shout out, man. Shout out, Rockford, Illinois, man. But yeah, I had what do we call it? The last point I was gonna say was that yeah, Dan, we gotta give him more time, but also I think people is like, oh, the year thing popped up is because if you look through our whole roster, we like there's like a lot of free agents. Like half the roster is free agents, and more than half the roster are guys that actually put up our main players, like made plays for us this year.
Hmm.
So it's gonna be interesting who we signing back and who we letting go. I expect a lot of people in the secondary to be let go because it's just Jesus Christ. It's
Yeah,
just a shit.
you have 21 unrestricted free agents, including people like, well, I don't know who Brian Burns,
Ryan Burns,
uh,
yeah.
Frankie Louvu. I know you're a big fan of him, Icy.
Yep,
Jeremy Chin. I don't know how he was. Shaq
yep,
Griffin. Uh,
yep.
and then you have 3 restricted free agents and then 3 exclusive rights free agents, but 21 unrestricted is tough, especially
Yeah,
whenever
pretty
you get.
wild.
Yeah, it's
It's very tough, but at the same time, though, we have cap space,
mhm.
and we need to go out and get. Personally, me and back, I'm gonna let you go, but I would want to find. Go ahead, T. Higgins is out there. I think Calvin Ridley is out there too. I think he's a free agent. Get one of them. Just throw the bag at him, bro. It's fine.
You just need help. Also, I really hope y'all don't get Calvin Ridley because if he signs with the Jaguars, we get a second round pick. So hoping that doesn't happen.
Oh,
We either because we get we either get a third or we get a second. So we'll see.
very.
Mac, how you feeling about it? Oh, my fault.
Man.
I thought you were
Oh
about to
yeah,
keep
no.
talking.
No, I really like the hire. My only concern for them is personnel, but I mean that's for the general manager to decide. I don't dude, man. It's wow, going from Russ to Baker to Bryce is pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie, but hey, that's what good coaches do. Good coaches elevate. Uh, he pretty much fits the mold of what you want in a modern head coach. Uh, yeah, no. I mean, they pretty much nailed it. Unless the I don't know why every owner wants to be Jerry Jones now and just like play around with the team.
I
Like
know.
everybody just wants to be Jerry Jones now. but uh, but no, I'm interested to see how he fills out his coaching staff. It'll be interesting. Oh yeah, that's right. The Panthers also did get a new GM. So hopefully they're in sync because that helps out a lot to not be beefing with your GM.
Mm.
Hopefully they have the same vision for the team. Uh, And yeah, hopefully he could turn it around because I mean his coaching resume is pretty impressive. So hopefully it translates. I didn't really know a whole lot about him outside of him basically giving Baker stability, and Baker had a career year. So I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what he does with some of the horrendous personnel around him. See if he could
Boy, bring
turn it
Pittman
around.
to Atlanta right now.
But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts.
And also, um, he's also another thing that was a great hire. He's a minority, and funniest thing, we just found out yesterday that Bryce Young's half Latino. So hey,
I didn't know that.
fuck it,
I didn't know that.
You just found that out.
we just we just
I did not
found
know
that
that.
out.
I did not know that.
I was reading articles yesterday, and I was looking at his mother. I was like, hold on. His father is from I think New Jersey, I want to say, and he moved, and his mother is from like South Los Angeles. So I'm like, oh, this man's mixed. So
Yeah.
Hold on, we got Nathan. Nathan said Higgins to North Carolina. Higgins to Carolina. I can't read. Then Sal said, "Welcome to Atlanta, Pittman. I need that." Um, then dude, Nathan's a troll, man. I think it's official. He said, "How much help does Ritter need?" I want to chat ban this guy. Mods, get this guy out of here.
Yeah, mods, get this guy
Mods,
out
get
of
this guy out of here. Come on. And then
No, actually, no. Desmond Ritter Pro Bowl
oh god,
retweet.
God, I don't think he got a single vote. I'm gonna be so serious with you, and if he did, it's an unserious vote. And then Pittman and Spencer Rattler duo. God, I think I'd throw up. I think throw up would be better than that duo.
Yeah, why are people hyping up Spencer Rattler? Like this is not 2021, brother.
This is not the Elite 11 from 2018, 2019, whenever that was.
This is not. This is not the 2021 offseason where Spencer Rattler was the projected #1 pick.
Dude, that was so nasty, dude. So nasty. God.
Damn, man. Sam Howell got done dirty. He should have been a first-round pick.
He really did. I'm not going to lie to you. He's impressed me in the NFL. I was a doubter, and he's somewhat proved me wrong.
I don't know why they want to get. I don't know why they want to get rid of him so quickly. I mean, it's basically his rookie year.
Hey,
and
maybe
he
they don't.
led the NFL in yards.
Hey, maybe they want to trade up with the Falcons. Just saying. I would trade down. Excuse me. I'd like it personally. Just saying. No. What else? The playoffs. Yeah, that's also a thing that's happened. Click said, "Where's Icy?"
Jesus.
He doesn't use his camera.
No.
But we got the playoffs. I'll let one of y'all lead on that one.
All right, which game we want to start with?
Well, let's talk about the divisional first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which game?
And I guess let's really just talk about the teams that really lost. They shouldn't have anything to fear about the future. If we're being quite honest. Keep your head held up high, CJ Stroud. Keep your head held up high. Jordan Love. Josh Allen. Shit, I don't know what to tell you.
What's up, Click? How you doing, man?
But maybe this is a hot take starting off with Josh Allen, but the way I'm seeing how Buffalo's going, I think he should head out of Buffalo. I think he should leave.
Where do you think he should go?
Yeah. If I'm a person like him, I go look. If you want to get an easy path to the championship, and you looking at everywhere and everything, the landscape of the league, I go a team like Atlanta.
I like the way you think. You know, I like the way you think.
Washington.
You know what?
I go somewhere in the NFC and be like, all right, everybody knows, like, if you look at his roster,
his roster has either been depleted through injuries or hasn't shown up. And I'm looking at rosters like yo, like go to Atlanta. They're just a quarterback away. Go to the Saints. Their window's kind of closing, but hey, they still have a good roster. Go to Washington. Shoot, go to New York. Just go right down. What a 30-minute drive, Mac. Go to New York City.
30? No. It's like a 4.5, 5 hour drive.
Oh Jesus, but
Dang.
yeah, I mean,
From Buffalo to New Jersey, yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's like a 5 hour drive.
Golly.
my bad. But
Yeah, people only really look at like 10% of the state of New York, and forget about the other 90%, which is understandable. There's not much out there.
That's true.
yeah, but with him, and we can kind of start it off from here. But
Who do you want to
I
trade for
think
Tyler Lockett?
they should just go ahead and
So?
just. I think he should. I don't
You talking
know
about Atlanta?
if he signed a contract or anything to keep him there for a couple more years, but if I'm him, bro, I will go ahead and leave because Sean McDermott, I love him. He was a guy in Carolina. It's like there's no like he doesn't impact that team anyway. Stephon Diggs is washed. I don't know what's going on with him. That secondary is getting old with the safeties. Plus, I mean, your best DB keeps getting hurt. He got hurt for 2 years straight.
Yep. And then Von Miller didn't do anything. He had like
Yeah,
5
Vaughn didn't
tackles.
do anything.
He got paid like what?
5 tackles, 0 sacks.
Yeah, he got paid like $2
Well-
million a sack or something. I mean,
yeah,
a tackle.
something like that.
A tackle.
Yeah, but I think this is like the last year of his real contract because I think the next 5 years that he signed is like dummy. It's dummy money. It's not real. But yeah, nah, Josh Allen's not going anywhere. Unfortunately, nah, he's the franchise. I mean, as far as anybody knows, I mean, he still loves it over there. I mean, he's basically a god. As much as I would love to see Josh Allen go to a place where he could, thrive more, it's just not going to happen because they'll do. I mean, his big boy contract basically kicked in last year, so he's got about 4 more years left. He's got 3 or 4 more years left. He's not going anywhere. Their front office, I mean, kind of made the few hiccups, but I think as long as they have Josh Allen, who's basically, I mean, he's a top 3 quarterback. If you want to put him at 2 or 3, it's up to you. I personally think he's number 2, but yeah, but no, they'll do whatever it takes to try to build a contender. It's hard to draft when you're not drafting like in the top 15 every year anymore, like the Bills used to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of hard. You start to whiff unless you're like the Chiefs and you're just like good at drafting all the time.
I mean, sustaining that success is just hard. Like the Chiefs and the Patriots have been anomalies. I mean,
it's not even. Yeah, no, I mean, it's not even a slight to the Bills. Like, I mean, it's just they just. I don't really ever think that they had much of a championship window because they literally went from. I mean, they had Brady and Mahomes playing at the same time, but they literally went from Brady to Mahomes. So, I mean, it kind of sucks, but I mean, they have the most important thing, but. Yeah, no, Josh Allen's not requesting a trade anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, I wish. Trust me, I love Icy's idea. I'd be the first one to jump on that. But today on, I think it was Good Morning Football. I think that's what it was. They said, "What about the idea of the Bills jumping on the opportunity to get Bill Belichick?" And personally, that would make more sense than him coming to a team like Atlanta. Because they have an established QB, they want to win right now. They are not necessarily happy with their head coach, I guess. I kind of agree with what Icy said about Sean McDermott, but I feel like that would be a much better situation. They also said something about the Chiefs, and I was like, whoa. But I guess if we're talking hypotheticals, it makes sense to go to a win now team because that's what he's trying to do. But I don't know. I don't see them getting rid of Sean, but if they did, I guess that'd be the route they could go. He'll be a free agent. They could also go Pete Carroll. It's also Mike Vrabel. So
I don't know. I don't know. I think the Bills are too smart of a franchise to actually consider Bill Belichick in the year of our Lord 2024. Like, if they're gonna get a new head coach, it's got to be an offensive guy because I mean, like we're talking about, like the offensive personnel is a problem because Josh Allen's had to carry that offense for a good amount of time now. Except in regards to like 20 to Stephon Diggs' first year in Buffalo.
hmm.
But like, yeah, like you're better off if you're gonna fire McDermott. You're better off getting like honestly just throwing the bag at Ben Johnson, who somehow the best coaching candidate does not have a head coaching job lined up,
Yeah,
which is insane.
Yeah, that has surprised me. I can't lie to you. I feel like he's gonna get hired the next couple days though. Him or
Yeah,
Slowick,
probably.
or both. I could see both.
I don't. I don't know. I don't know if Slowick's gonna get a job this cycle. He'll probably be the hottest commodity for next coaching cycle. But but no, they're better off taking an offensive guy because going back to their offensive personnel. Yeah, naturally, of course, when you think of a head coach slash GM helping their quarterback with weapons, of course you think about Bill Belichick. I mean, come on, this is the same guy that was putting N'Keal Harry, Jacoby Myers, the corpse of Julian Edelman around like 42-year-old Tom Brady. So, I mean, and people thought he was washed afterwards, but no, it turns out that was like the worst personnel of all time. And same, I don't know why the Chiefs would even entertain, like, even if Andy Reid retires, like, why would you even entertain Bill Belichick? Like, your defense is already good, and Bill Belichick is a black hole when it comes to offense. So, and what's the Chiefs' biggest deficiency is wide receiver. What's Bill Belichick's biggest deficiency? Wide receiver. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. People are just saying this because, like, he's got the chips, but as a wise man once said, proximity to success does not equal success.
Yeah.
I will say.
Oh.
What are you saying, my bad?
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, watching both Jordan Love and I guess it's a little off topic, but watching Jordan Love and CJ in the playoffs, I know CJ's game didn't go, how they wanted it to, but it was just really cool to see two first year guys, like true first year starters, really going at it in the playoffs, especially making it to the divisional. I mean, and hell, I really thought the Packers could win that game. I mean, they probably should have, if we're being honest, if they'd have played better.
Yeah, they really.
Not that they played bad. But... What were you saying?
Yeah, that's the. But so so with the Texans, the thing is, they have to play. So what people don't really think about is the next year when a team improves and they have to play a better schedule. Because like, think about it. As good as like, I assume Jordan Love will get better because this was his first year starting.
Yep.
But there's also a possibility that, and hey, I believe I've been a big Matt LaFleur guy. Like he's good, but we can't forget the fact that like they barely made the playoffs. Like if Minnesota had Kirk Cousins, like we're not talking about the Packers. But I don't know. Like there's so many different things that could happen. Like for the Texans, for example, they played a third place or a last place schedule, and they're going to be playing a first place schedule. Potentially, if Slowick gets a head coaching gig without him, and he was one of the biggest reasons for CJ Stroud being as good as he is, and so I don't know. It's just little stuff like that people kind of tend to focus a lot on personnel, and personnel matters, but coaching matters a ton. And if Slowick is gone and if their quarterback coach is gone, then I could see the Texans possibly regressing back to being like a third place team in that division, just because like their two most important coaches left. But if they stay, I mean they have a really good chance of winning that sorry division.
That is true. So, what game you want to talk about next? We got.
Uh,
What were you saying?
but we did Texans and we did the Bills. Going to the other side. Um, we can do the Packers. Shout out Jordan Love. He had a I think a great year, especially ending off the season. I think he only I think the ratio was like what 10 touchdowns, 3 picks, something like that.
Oh no, it was better than that. It was like
It was
22 to
better.
1 over the
22
last
to
like
1.
5 games or 6 games. He was incredible to end
Oh,
the season.
yeah.
No, not in the
I know.
playoffs. That last drive.
Yeah, that last drive, very Brett
Yeah, that Brett Favre
Favre.
in him.
Is that my boy B
Yeah.
song?
All
What's
so
good, bro?
it's
How you
so
doing, man?
crazy. All the past three quarterbacks had to have like some type of trait that is like they all have the same. But I'm expecting that team to get better. There's nothing wrong with that performance other than like that pick. That was a very winnable game.
Mhm.
And Matt LaFleur, he got something. He gonna have something cooking. The anything that I take away from that game, it really shows like red flags I see from San Fran because you let the youngest team since what 78 or like 68 something like that come into your trap and for the most part um was dominating for majority of the game. I'll say that. Brock Purdy, he's um how I put it he's looking shaky. I'm not gonna lie. And once again, shout out Cam Newton because I think he got all the quarterbacks right except for Jared Goff. Jared Goff beat the allegations. The only quarterback to beat the allegations. But yeah, that offense, bro. Purdy, I think everybody saw the clip. He had like 8 seconds in the pocket. He was fucking wiping his hands on his pants, looking around, saying hi to his mom.
So there.
And the stands. Man's was getting something to drink, and he still threw a duck. And that's I don't look. I don't think he's gonna have a problem against this Lions defense, especially if Cam Sutton is out there, um, guarding Debo or even Ayuk. But
If Debo's playing.
yeah, if Debo's playing. But I think he should play because everybody trying to see that matchup between him and that strong safety or free safety,
Mm.
whatever his name is. But I came out that game looking at San Fran saying that like, yo, y'all gotta get y'all shit together. It's really on the offensive side of things. And defensive side, I would say their cornerbacks is the weakest part, but it's really that offense that I got a lot of red flags about.
Nathan said Dak beat the allegations. He just has things I cannot say on stream as coaches. I don't know if he beat the
Yeah,
allegations. Did he? I don't know.
I don't know, bro.
Not in that playoff game, he didn't. He didn't beat anything in that playoff game. He beat himself. That's about it. Personally. But, Mac, what do you think about the 49ers and Packers game?
For now, it looked like a team that didn't need a bye. One thing I have noticed about the Niners is besides them having maybe the best coach in all of the NFL and having a great scheme, they're a team that feeds off of like energy. Like when they really get on a roll, like you can't stop them. And is more that's what I think it was with the defense. Although their secondary has always been shaky. Like when they really started to contend, I mean, their best corner was like washed Richard Sherman. Uh, don't ask Richard Sherman what happened in Super Bowl 54. But but
I'm
but
not
yeah,
arguing his
no,
regular season.
their
Trust me.
corners have always been an issue. And then of course
I'm just
quarterback
trolling.
play. Shout out Brock Purdy. He finally won a game where the situation wasn't exactly perfect. Debo went out for 3 quarters. So, shout out to Jimmy G with better traits.
All right.
Like it's honestly a shame that like there has never been a good quarterback in that 49ers offense. Like legitimately not one good quarterback. Like like honestly, I mean, I don't know how and I guess this is the fun part about sports is like you can look at a game and you come up with different conclusions about the game. I don't know how people looked at that game and didn't think Brock Purdy was a problem with the offense because he was missing easy, wide open throws. Like unbelievably. Sure, there were like 4 drops. Like Kittle had a pretty egregious drop, but at the same time, like on the 45-yard touchdown to George Kittle, Purdy was late throwing the ball. Like that's the one thing that I think, even though I picked San Fran to win it all, that's the one thing that I think is going to hold them back potentially from winning the Super Bowl every year. That's been Shanahan's crux, is finding that game-changing quarterback, because as good as his scheme is, it makes it that much better to have a Jordan Love versus a Brock Purdy. Because if you watch the two, like sure, like it was kind of funny when Jordan Love almost overthrew a wide open receiver for a touchdown in the end zone, but like Jordan Love was making throws that Brock Purdy simply can't make. Like there was a throw, I remember they were at the San Francisco, I think 20 or 30, and he threaded the needle between 2 defenders to get to like the 3-yard line. Like that's stuff that you, unfortunately for Kyle Shanahan, you can't scheme. Like you can't scheme arm strength, and you can certainly try to scheme around deficiencies, but ultimately, like against the best of the best, those deficiencies are gonna show up. So, I mean, they got away with one. So hopefully, it doesn't rain too hard in San Francisco. Giving Brock Purdy the Mac Jones treatment with the weather. Oh, it was it was a little windy today, so he's a little off
No,
type of thing. But yeah,
well,
but I'm
if
good on
if you
yeah.
think about during that game, the Packers almost had another pick six. Like they had one against Dallas, and that ended up being really key for them holding on to that lead because they started to kind of wish it away. I'd use another word, but they had it was a same guy too. It was Darnell Savage. He dropped a easy pick six on the 49ers, and if they'd have got that, I mean, who's
Yeah, why was Brock why why is Brock Purdy blessed with like 2020 Mahomes pick luck, where like it seems like when there's a crucial interception, like the dude just drops the ball. Like it's crazy.
I know it's
Like
because now if you think about it, in that Cowboys game, I mean, if they don't get that pick six, I mean, Dallas may win that game straight up.
yeah.
Especially considering how the second half went. I know they still put up 42, but they got a lot of help from Dakota Rain on that one.
From the defense. Yeah. Hey. They got a lot of help from their defense to shoot those 2 picks, especially the first one. The first one was massive because it sent them up at like the 14.
Yeah, you throw 2 picks that end up going inside the 15. It's hard to win a football game like that at Desmond Ridder.
Yeah.
What's the last game we got? Oh wait,
The Lions and the Bucks.
Yeah, okay. I was trying to make sure I see or everybody went. Did I go? I don't think I said. Oh, I didn't even say anything. Hold on.
You saying?
I didn't even say anything. Wait a minute, dude.
Moderator's too humble.
Dude, I'm in it and out of it at the same time. Huh? No, but I will say, as y'all both said, shout out to Jordan Love. I mean, you can't teach natural ability, and what Jordan Love showed us in these past 2 playoff games is his natural ability to play quarterback. Like, there are things you can teach people and they can improve on it, but what you can't teach is just being a natural athlete at what you do. I mean, clearly he showed that he is that. He is that guy with the different arm angles, with how easy he was able to go down the field on a Dallas defense that, as I've been told, apparently from Cowboys fans, wasn't actually that good. But I think it was pretty good. And also with Brock Purdy, you are so right about the fact that he has had some of the best pick luck we've ever seen. Because that's serious. If they get that pick 6, I'm pretty sure the Packers win that game. I mean, they only lost by 3, and that 3 was on the final drive. So we'll see. I think the Lions can definitely win that game. I was called crazy for thinking they could even make the NFC Championship game, but they could seriously, especially if Debo doesn't play, they could seriously make some noise in that game and win that game for sure. So our last game would be, what is it? Lions Bucks?
Yeah, Lions Bucks.
Lions Bucks.
Yeah, the Lions Bucks.
Well, Icy, what do you think about the Lions and Bucks game?
It was basically live by Baker or die by Baker. Basically, everybody kind of knew like what was you going to expect. The Lions, they was rowdy in that motherfucker, as they should be. But I mean, salute to Baker. I usually, I was a Baker hater for like the past couple years because of what he did in Carolina. But he revived his career, and you can't blame a guy for that pick that he threw at the end of the game. He was just trying to make a play. Plus, I wouldn't say he was seeing ghosts, but I mean, Aiden Hutchinson, like I remember vividly, like for 3 to 4 plays, like he was just completely unblocked, like completely. So, like I said, I tell this to like all the young kids that I be coaching, especially at a quarterback position, bro. Like, you have an eternal time clock to when you gotta get rid of the football. And when anytime like that speed up, bro, that's a cause of like pressure. And Aiden Hutchinson, shout out to him, bro. He's gonna be, I think by the next year, he's gonna be a premier pass rusher if he isn't already. But I mean, you can't let a guy get unblocked 3 to 4 times and get a straight shot at your quarterback.
Yeah.
That's on the O line, and you can say that's on the quarterback too. But I mean, Baker did all he could do in that game. Him and Mike, that connection was showing too. Now they had a chance, just like how we was saying with the Darnell Savage pick. Dean, I think it was the first quarter, he had a whole pick 6 in my opinion. It was a crossing route to Amar St. Brown, and he had his hands on it and he dropped it. Like he just like a kid, like 2 hands on the ball and just dropped it. That could have changed the output of the game. But I mean, he plays. I mean, that's why there's DBs for a reason. You're a skilled player, and you can't catch the football. You're covering people, just like that. But that's all I got for that game. Yeah.
That's what they used to say in the old NCAA game. That's why he plays defense if they drop a pick or something. But,
yeah.
Well, that's you talk about that crossing route. I don't know if it was a crossing route, but it was over the middle. That was the same play that Darnell Savage dropped. So there was 2 picks, 2 drop pick 6s in both those games that could have changed the outcome of those games. And it would be pretty nasty if we had a Buccaneers and Packers NFC Championship game. I can't lie to you. That would be disgusting. Baker Mayfield versus Jordan Love to go to the Super Bowl. Ew.
Especially when 3 years ago it was Brady versus Rodgers to get to the Super Bowl.
I mean, that is correct. Dang, what a fall off. How far we have fallen. And it's the same teams. I get why you say that now. But how'd you feel about the game, Matt?
Oh man, every Lions playoff win, good for the Lions, but man, it just makes me upset, man. Another Ben Johnson masterclass. I mean, the guy just can't stop out coaching good coaches. I mean, what's happening? You know, it just sucks when you can't run a
What's up, JC?
Good coaching search. But no. I mean, honestly, this was pretty much. It just came down to, I mean, they just had to depend on throwing the ball too much. I mean, the Lions just kept scoring, and then, you kind of get away from being a balanced offense, and then you're more liable to turnovers, especially even though I love me some Baker, always have. One of my favorite college quarterbacks ever. But Baker in the same light, shorter, kind of like shorter Josh Allen. He's going to make a lot of plays with his arm, but at the same time, he's going to turn the ball over sometimes. So I mean, you kind of got to live with it. I'd be very impressed if I was the Bucs. The silver lining is you found your quarterback. The problem is that Todd Bowles is bad, so you might be stuck with him another year because he made the playoffs. It just came down to the Lions were just the better roster. They were the better coach team. I don't know how many people expected the Bucs to even beat the Eagles. Like, unironically, I know people were joking around about that like 2 weeks ago. That's true. Chan did know. He knew.
Oh, no. No, I didn't know. I was wrong. I was wrong. I said the Eagles were gonna beat the Buccaneers, and I said the Buccaneers had no chance. I was like, oh, it's the Eagles. They'll be all right. I got the Philly dogs.
Yeah, we are.
I was bamboozled. Yeah, I was led astray.
Yeah, no, but yeah, this is speaking of the Lions, this is probably their best chance to win a Super Bowl because you have 2 head coaches on staff, and it's very rare for that to happen. Plus, I don't know if Jared Goff is going to be playing this well next season with some of the drainage that's going to happen in the coaching staff.
Hey, and in steps Hendon Hooker. I mean, you know what I mean? I forget that he's on that team.
30-year-old Hendon Hooker, still
37 years young, rookie year.
Yeah,
can't wait to see it. Can't wait. Him and Stetson in the NFC Championship game is going to be nasty. Just want you to know that.
Oh my goodness,
it's going to be disgusting.
Oh yeah.
For me, this was the only game that I didn't watch too much of, but I will say I'm so happy for the Lions fans because as somebody who hasn't made the playoffs in a little bit, they didn't make the playoffs in a lot of it. They didn't have a playoff win in a lot of it. So shout out to all of them. Shout out to all my Lions friends, especially the ones that are Michigan fans. You guys are on cloud 9 right now. I mean, God, think about it. You got Michigan football, you got Detroit football, and you got the Detroit Pistons. I mean, 3 powerhouse teams that are just
yes, sir,
gearing up to win championships and win chicken wings.
Shout out Wingstop.
I don't know about the Pistons.
Pistons was the second.
Look, some teams are trying to win championships and some teams are trying to win wings, right? So What's it? Rings versus wings. I guess that's what it'd be.
Yeah, there you go.
But shout out to JC. What's up, bro? But yeah, I'm happy for Lions fans. The Buccaneers proved me way wrong. I didn't even think they'd. I think I said the Eagles would win by 2 touchdowns, so took an L on that one. But I don't know why I'm over here betting on an Alabama quarterback. That was my first mistake. No, but
Yeah, don't bet on Bama. Don't bet on Bama quarterbacks in the pros. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake.
Hey, Bryce Young's gonna turn it around. He's the one that's gonna be the actual. He's gonna be the actual one that turns it around. That's my prediction.
Hey, I thought the same thing this year. I was 100% wrong. Sad sight.
Well, here we can. Unless y'all got anything else about these games right here.
No, let's move into championship weekend.
All right.
Championship Sunday.
Yep.
Oh man. What game y'all want to start first? NFC or AFC?
We'll start with AFC because they play first. They play at 3:00 on CBS. We got Patrick Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson. Taylor Swift versus the country. Lamar saved me. Baltimore is favored by 4. The over-under is 44.5. And the money line is Kansas City plus 170. So that's different. Baltimore's favorite. Huh, that's weird. Anyways, I see how you feel about the game. Who you got?
All right. So here's the thing. You look at both of these teams and their journeys. Ravens obviously got the number 1 defense. If you look at the Chiefs, their strong suit is the defense. If you look who they played in the playoffs, they played Tua and a really bad defensive Miami defensive front. Then they played the Bills, who was depleted, but they did a good job stopping the run. But this is a whole new different animal, and they're in Baltimore. It's gonna get chippy. My thing coming into the game is how is Kansas City gonna stop this running attack? They did a good job against the Bills, but it's a different animal with Lamar running the ball. And then they got running back galore over there. Shoot, they can put all 3 of us behind that O line, and we guarantee to average at least 3 yards a carry. Now the passing game is going to be, I think it's going to help Kansas City. It's because Zay, I want to see how they're going to scheme Zay because if he goes to the slot, he's going against McDuffie, and then if he goes on the outside, he's going to go against Snead. So it's gonna be interesting. Plus, also, Mark Andrews is coming back, and that's Lamar's favorite weapon. So I want to see how he's gonna play first game back. He might be a little rusty. Who knows? If I'm Kansas City side of things, like all respects to Mahomes. He's the best quarterback right now, and this ain't the first time I've seen them going against a number 1 defense or anything. But this defense right here is hybrid as hell. They can come at you in any way possible. And also, I think people hasn't really talked about Kansas City's biggest, outside of receivers, like having the most trouble, their tackles are definitely like their weakness. And early in the year and mid of the year, a lot of their penalties came off of their tackles, and just like we saw last week, the Texans tackles, it was getting a lot of false starts and stuff like that. So I want to see how the trenches always, I want to see how that's going to be playing out. Also, I want to see how Andy Reid is going to cook up. I always know Andy Reid is gonna call one playground backyard bullshit play. And I'm gonna be waiting for in this play. I'm like, what is he finna call up, bro? Lamar, everybody's saying like, yo, to beat Lamar, you gotta stop for him. Like, you gotta make him pass the ball. But I don't know if they notice he actually can kill you through the air too. So it's gonna be a good ass game. I'm gonna lean towards the Baltimore Ravens. I think they're gonna get it done. I think it's gonna be. Mm, I think it's gonna be low scoring. I want to say 20, 23 to 27.
Mac, how you feel about it?
Yeah, so I mean this basic so here's a fun stat. Uh Lamar Jackson has not won a playoff game where a team scores 14 or more points. Fun fact. So I think this game, and I know that on paper, Baltimore is definitely the superior team. This comes down to what happens when the defense allows points because Kansas City is really starting to kind of turn it on. I know they haven't faced the defense in the playoffs like the Ravens, but I mean, when you got the GOAT coach and you got like the fifth best quarterback of all time in Patrick Mahomes, I feel like in a playoff setting where your season is on the line and you're dissecting everything versus a regular season game because you have 17 of those. Like I trust the guy who can win in these types of potential, shootouts with other, elite quarterbacks or elite rosters. Like I don't as much as I love Lamar and he's the MVP of the league, I just haven't seen him just go touchdown for touchdown with somebody in the playoffs. Like it's just something that it doesn't really happen. I'm not saying it can't happen. It certainly could, but I don't know because I mean Kelsey's starting to kind of look good at the right time. Like Baltimore's looked like the best team in football since like November, but I don't know. There's just I just can't ignore like what's been happening in Kansas City since after that debacle against the Raiders. Like they're like cooking up something special over there like right now
Mm-hmm.
because the defense is going to travel. I think they'll have more success stopping Lamar through the air than they did Josh Allen. That's just because I think Josh Allen's just a more refined passer. There's nothing against Lamar. I just think Allen's a second best quarterback in the league. Uh, but I don't know. It's going to be very close. But I don't know. Like it's so hard for me to pick against Mahomes and Andy Reid because I've grown such a respect for them for what they've been able to do, and not just with like if they didn't win a Super Bowl last year or like if they didn't go on a run because they didn't have Tyreek Hill, I would think completely different. But they literally won the Super Bowl last year with this similar cast of characters. And it hasn't exactly quite worked out like it did last year, but there's something that like you just can't really bet against them. So I mean, I think they'll probably win on like a last second field goal. I think it'll be a little more high scoring. I think it'll probably be like maybe 20, 28, 24 for the Chiefs. My bad.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, I didn't know if you had anything else to say. Um, for me, I have two things. If it's a low scoring game, I'm gonna definitely lean Kansas City. If it's a high scoring game, I think I'm gonna lean the Ravens. And my reason is yes, if it's a high scoring game, then that would mean that the Ravens defense probably isn't on point like they normally are. But in these high scoring games, if your offense is clicking too, you don't have to necessarily be perfect, but they have it from the defensive line to the back end, right? They have all these playmakers that can make plays, and it's just about making that play. Can you make that play that comes up in that moment? And I feel like they have dudes that can do that. They got Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith, you name it, they have it. People that can make a play when they need to, especially if it's a running situation. If Kansas City is forced to run the ball in like a 3rd and 1, a 3rd and 2, or something like that, and you're asking to go up against, I'm biased, but the best run stopping linebacker in the NFL, Roquan Smith, good luck. I mean, seriously, good luck. You better have a crazy play. You better have some misdirection or something, because if you run right at Roquan, it's not going to work out. I'll go ahead and I'll stamp that one. If it's a high score, or if it's a close game and they got to run the ball against Roquan, good luck. But I have picked against the Chiefs twice this playoffs. One was a joke, just to be different. One was legitimate because I thought the Bills were gonna win this or make the AFC Championship game this year. I will not be doing that again. I'm gonna pick the Chiefs. I don't want to. I don't want Miss Swift in the playoff. I don't want her in the Super Bowl. I don't want to have to deal with that for a lead up of 2 weeks. I love Mahomes. He's awesome. I hate the fact that his teammate's Travis Kelce now, or has been. But I'm not going to make the same mistake again. The point that you bring up about a high-scoring game, or excuse me, Lamar not winning in a high-scoring game, I feel like now with Todd Monken they could break that. But as you said, and you're a Patriots fan, so you probably understand this. You just don't bet against I'm not going to say the GOAT, because that would be Tom Brady, but you don't bet against the best player in the league. He makes play. He always makes plays. He always shows up, and he always has his whole career. So I expect him to show up again and be marvelous Mahomes. That's how I call him. So give me the Chiefs. I don't have a score prediction because I don't know what the hell it's going to be. I'll make one up, 24-21.
There you go. So I want to piggyback off of something you said that I kind of forgot to bring up. I don't think people realize that Patrick Mahomes is probably the best quarterback at avoiding sacks. So I think having somebody who's so elite in the pocket can kind of mitigate like potentially like mid to like bad tackle play, because he's either going to get the ball off or he's going to use his kind of, it's still kind of, it's crazy. It's kind of underrated, like how like shifty he is, because you don't really expect it, even though he runs like he's got something shoved up his ass. Like
He runs like Captain Jack Sparrow. So
yeah, he runs like he's got to go to the bathroom like really badly. But yeah, that's all I wanted to add.
Oh, like a stick up his ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then JC wanted to give his prediction. We'll join after we finish this next game, and then we'll let you say that real quick, and then we'll go ahead and knock out this next game real quick. Lions and 49ers. We got two of the best QBs in the league, right? Oh, wait, that's the AFC. It's the NFC. We have Brock Purdy versus Jared Goff. We have the Cheez-It Cracker Bowl. That's what I'm going to call it. All right. See how these... there was a picture going around Georgia Twitter about... the exciting whites. Talking about wine, but it's about the Georgia players. The exciting whites is what we have going on here. I'm interested to see what y'all say about this game. I really am. Mac, I'll start with you first in this one. How do you feel about this?
So my prediction before the playoffs started was Niners against the Chiefs, and there's no reason why I'm not going to stick with that, even though they both gave me a heart attack in back-to-back nights. but I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of hard to pick against Kyle Shanahan when he's not playing an elite quarterback. I mean the Niners. I expect their defense to give Jared Goff massive fits because if there's one quarterback who can't handle pressure at all, it's Jared Goff. I mean, I literally watched a Super Bowl where all they did was blitz, 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 and he put up 3 points. Uh, and yeah, no, that's not like that's not hockey. That's football for reference. Uh, but no, but the Niners are just I don't know. Although I don't know, Ben Johnson kind of is the coach slayer at this point. Minus Todd Bowles. But but yeah, no, I mean, shoot, like potentially having McVay and Shanahan in one playoff run is insane. But I don't know. I think if there's a deficiency, the deficiency for the Niners is Brock Purdy, and the deficiency for the Lions is their defense outside of Aiden Hutchinson. And honestly, I just expect Christian McCaffrey to have kind of like a Raheem Mostert type of night a few years ago where he just had like 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. Like I think this is a game where Christian McCaffrey just takes over on offense. The Lions are just behind most of the game for pretty much all the game, and like they just can't keep up. Also, this could also be a huge George Kittle game because I have no idea what they're gonna do to scheme up George Kittle or even Brandon Ayuk because they don't have a corner who can go like step for step with either of those guys. They especially don't have a linebacker that can go step for step with Kittle or a safety.
Yeah. In the chat, Niner Gang said Goff's about to hear Debo's bicycle coming and have flashbacks.
Oh man.
So you got the 49ers winning?
Yeah, they'll probably win like I'd probably say like 31 to 21.
I like it. They're favored by 7. I didn't even say it before. The over under is 51.5, and the money line is Detroit plus 270. Icy, how you feel about this? How you feel about this interesting matchup?
Fun fact: the past 5 times Jared Goff has played the 49ers, he's been 0-5, 5 yards per attempt, and his quarterback rating been a 21. He's been playing ass. But this time around, I think it's a little bit different. I think he got that confidence. He got Ben Johnson this time around. I think the Lions are gonna make it. I think the Lions they're gonna do it, for the city. These types of stories, bro. You get what is it, a 38-year drought? Something like that?
I think it was 30. Or what do you mean? Just for winning a playoff
Like
game?
playoff wins?
Yeah. Playoff wins.
30, right? Or 31?
It was 93, so it's 30. It was like 30. Yeah, 30 years. 30 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like you said, Matt, this is their best time to win a ring. And to be honest, no one thought they were gonna be playing loose. Like no one thought that they were gonna make it this far. All the pressure is on the 49ers, and it's really on Purdy. Because you look at the window, I think, me and Mac talked about this. You look at the window, you look at Big Trent on the block, how many years he got left in him. Kittle, he's fairly kind of young. He ain't really too young, but he in the prime. CMC, like, you got everybody there. You got Debo, Ayuk. Like, that window could be closing. And look at Purdy, it's like, if Purdy shits down his leg, Do you go to the draft and try to get a real quarterback, or do you try to trade? Like, what's the plan? Because you don't know how long they're gonna be here. And it's gonna be like another like look at CMC. Like he's probably gonna get offensive player of the year. And it's like, oh, you're gonna waste this season? That shit gonna go down the drain. Um, they are gonna miss. I think it was his name, Funga.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's to say they're gonna miss him this game because of the run defense. I think one of their D tackles got hurt. I don't think he's gonna be playing next game, but they're gonna rely a lot on Bosa, to come off that edge, a lot on that D line, and it's gonna be another trenches battle. That's gonna be exciting to watch. If I look at, like I said, if I'm the Lions, bro, they might really abuse that back end on the defense. Hold on, because it's like outside of outside of Ward, Cartavius Ward, his name is. Outside
Travarius.
Kadarius, yeah. Outside of him, who else is going to be checking some of these weapons? You got Laporta, you got old cuz that came from the trade with Jared Goff, Reynolds. You got him. You got Speed Demon from Bama. Like
Jameson Williams.
Jameson Williams, like that back end might get cooked if Jared Goff got time to throw the ball, man. So there's going to be a lot of pressure on the 49ers, and I think they're going to crack. So give me the Lions going to the Super Bowl.
Nathan said that he honestly wouldn't doubt the 49ers winning by 2 touchdowns if their pass rush gets there. I agree with that. And Niner Gang said Lenore has been playing lights out. I can't tell you what position he plays off the top of my head, but
this game really depends on the trenches, though. Like
mhm.
if the 49ers really get off on that offensive line, like yeah, this game could be like totally different. They force a turnover, get a pick six or something, scoop fumble. Yeah, the game's gonna be completely changed. But if they're able to block up front, bro, and give Jared Goff time, like he can really be surgical in the pocket. So, and that's vice versa too, in the other way too. I think Big Trent gonna hold down the block, but what about on that other side? What about up front in the middle?
Yeah,
you don't know.
Yeah, and especially
Hey,
what you saying?
That's why you got CMC. Just running
Yeah.
between the guards.
Facts. I'm really, before I say something dumb, Penei Sewell is also a left tackle, right?
He's right. He
He's
plays
right.
right.
Okay.
Yeah,
See,
he
I
can
didn't want to
play
say
right
anything. I
back.
didn't want to say something dumb before I made like a stupid comment. But no, I agree. Whenever you say that it's going to be in the trenches, because this game features 2 really good running backs. Now, obviously, Jameer Gibbs is not on the level of CMC. Not making that claim, but with how Gibbs is playing right now, he's playing fantastic, especially for the Lions. People said that they went too high to take him at 12. I personally wanted him. I mean, I love Bijan. I wish we had Jalen Carter, but I digress. But Gibbs is playing great right now. The offense is, I mean, I don't want to say clicking, but they're winning playoff games, and that's all that you're really asking them to do. Sadly, they're losing this game. I don't think that this is a game where Brock Purdy's going to have to be the most elite player on that field. Why? Because of his defense. It's the same reason that Stetson Bennett didn't have to be the most elite player on the field because of his defense in 2021. They're just so reliable. And well, it's more reliable, but they have depth, right? And with like Nathan said in the chat, if that pass rush gets home, And like how you said, if Goff starts pissing down his leg, I mean, they're cooked. We may see Hendon Hooker. He may come out and throw a couple passes if that's the case. I mean, good lord, they may get desperate. But I am gonna say 49ers 35, Lions 20. I think I'm that's what I'm feeling. I'm gonna say the 49ers just kind of blow it out at home. I think the other one would be closer than this one. And oh yeah, JC, you can join now. My bad, I was yapping. But I don't know. I'm really interested to see how that Lions offensive line holds up, especially on the right side. I couldn't tell you who is the normal rusher off the right side for the 49ers. I guess it'd be left side for them. But I'm really interested to see that matchup. Hey, there he is.
Hola.
I swear.
What's up,
Can you
JC?
hear
It's pretty much where all our... What's
Can
what's
you guys
going
hear
on,
me?
JC?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. First off, thanks for letting me come on, boys. I appreciate it. Shout out to Chandler and Mac for picking my boys. I appreciate that. How about those Chiefs, baby? But no, just to come on here and talk about the AFC Championship. First off, appreciate the invite. The script is right in front of your faces, and none of you are seeing it. The Kansas City Chiefs met the Detroit Lions Week 1 to kick off the NFL season, right?
That's right.
Kadarius Toney had a big drop in that game that ended up costing the Chiefs. Lions escape with a 1-point win. The script is set up to be a Chiefs-Lions Week 1 rematch, and Kadarius Toney is going to have the night of his life, win Super Bowl MVP, and make up for that Week 1 loss.
Hey, I don't know. I'm more of a colors kind of
God.
guy. I'm
Oh,
thinking
God.
it could be Ravens 49ers from the
Kadarius Toney, that's the script everyone wants you to think, but the real script is right in front of your face, and I'm the only one who sees it. Kadarius Toney, fun fact, Kadarius Toney has the longest punt return in Super Bowl history, so don't tell me he can't play a factor.
Oh yeah, you can.
He's been on IR the last couple weeks. I think that's kind of strategic if this is the script the NFL's going with. So we'll see. Chiefs win the AFC Championship game 34-28. I think Harrison Butker, who's been money, misses a PAT, and the Chiefs escape with a 6-point win.
Do you have a quick prediction for the Lions and 49ers game?
I do, and it's going to come down to which quarterback, Brock Purdy or Jared Goff, shits the bed the most. Shits down their leg. Brock Purdy has been here before, but you can argue he was an elbow injury away from going to a Super Bowl. Jared Goff's a veteran who has been to a Super Bowl, and if you can't get pressure on Jared Goff, he's going to slice you up. He's going to carve you. So give me the Detroit Lions to win this game 24-23. I think they went on a last-second field goal. Chiefs-Lions Super Bowl. Kadarius Toney, revenge game, Super Bowl MVP. Let's do it.
Yeah, is he healthy to go this week, or is he another? Or is he scratched?
He's a game time decision, which means I doubt he'll play.
That may be
Damn,
good
that's
for you.
unfortunate.
Maybe
They could use his speed and obviously in the punt return game, but for like jet sweeps, like he's still a freak athlete.
If I ever see McCole Hardman run a jet sweep again, it's on site. Andy,
Oh, that was crazy.
Andy Reid, if you're listening, it's on site. The Chiefs should have won that game the Chiefs should have beat the Bills by 2 scores, but this moron goes and fumbles through the back of the end zone.
Put up a stat line: one reception for 2 yards, and 1 rush for -1.
McCole Hardman touched the ball twice in the Bills game, and he fumbled both of them.
Hey, that's a damn good dog, man. That's a
right Georgia
there.
legend
Right there.
It's them Georgia receivers, man.
Hey, man. Hey, we got George Pickens. All right, we got George Pickens. Damn it.
When he wants to play.
But would you guys mind if I break down the Chiefs game a little bit with you?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so I'm biased, and this is kind of a hot take, but the Kansas City Chiefs, out of the 4 teams remaining, have the best defense remaining. I understand the Baltimore Ravens defense is fantastic, but the Kansas City Chiefs, with that linebacker core of Willie Gay, Drew Tranquil, who was a big signing for us in the offseason, might I add, Nick Bolton, is the best linebacker core in the whole National Football League, not just who's left in the playoffs. And if we can somehow spy Lamar, I don't trust any 3 of them to keep up with Lamar's speed, but if you can keep Lamar in the pocket and contain him and spy him, I think the Ravens just have a long day on offense. If you stop their run game, we've seen it in the past, you stop that team dead in its tracks. So the Chiefs can do that. I think they win this game. I know I predicted a 6-point victory, but if Lamar isn't able to be effective with his legs, I think the Chiefs may win by 2+ scores, because don't ever bet against Mahomes. Don't ever bet against Andy Reid. The Chiefs offense, I think it looked great in Buffalo. I think it'll look great again. Just don't do it, man. Like, the Chiefs get out of here with a 14, 17-point victory if you contain Lamar Jackson.
You think you have a better linebacking core than the Ravens?
I do.
Roquan and
You
I
think
re-
it's better than
I do.
Roquan and
I
Patrick
do.
Queen?
I
Really?
do. I do.
I don't-
I really,
Roquan is a top
I
two
actually do.
linebacker.
Roquan is
And-
top 2, but
and you know
Roquan's
who? Yeah, he's a top 2 linebacker in the AFC, and he's behind Nick Bolton.
Ooh,
What
I
makes you
like
think
Nick Bolton, but I don't know about that. I don't know.
Nick Bolton, best linebacker in the AFC. That's all I'm saying.
That gotta be a biased take.
you should know how good Roquan is.
It 100% is a biased take, but I believe it with my whole heart.
I don't know. I mean, they could have a better lineback. They could have a better linebacking core, because I'm not that high on Patrick Queen. Like, Roquan's the best out of all of them, but then the Chiefs have the next 3 best linebackers.
Well, I'll also tell you why the Chiefs just have the best defense left in the playoffs. The pass rush, when Chris Jones is being effective and not just, sitting on the bench running his mouth like he did in Buffalo, it's the best pass rush, one of the best pass rushes in all of football. Our secondary is amazing. McDuffie, Snead. Zay Flowers is a fantastic wide receiver, but I don't see him having a big day because he is a rookie. I see a veteran like Snead just taking him out of the game, making him a complete non-factor. So if you can do that, keep Lamar in the pocket to where he can't use his legs to just murder you, Chiefs get out of here with a pretty good solid victory and move on to hopefully face Detroit in the Super Bowl.
Well, I would say, to counter that, Zay isn't the only person you need to worry about, because
I'm not worried about Mark Andrews coming off IR. I'm not worried about Odell Beckham Jr., whose knee is being held together by duct tape. I'm not worried. I'm worried about Lamar Jackson on that Ravens offense. That's the only thing that scares me.
And of course you gotta think about their their stable running backs is pretty elite.
Yeah, well, their running backs.
I think.
What were you saying?
I think the Chiefs have a better running back than the Ravens do. So, like, I'm not worried about the Ravens offense.
I don't hate that take. I like that take. That's good. Yeah, Isaiah Pacheco, very very good running back.
I think Isaiah Pacheco has a big day. I think he kind of exposes that Ravens run defense for kind of what it's. I mean, it's great. I'll give you that, but I don't think it's elite by any means. I think the Ravens defense just in total is a little overhyped. But I mean, we'll see if Mahomes just carves them up. Pacheco has a big day on the ground. I mean, don't come to JC and say he told you so, but I've been telling you so all year.
I will say I would be surprised if you killed them on the ground. I will say that. Because
if anybody can do it, it's Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah, I think we're also underrating that they have the best center in the league.
That is true.
That does help the run game.
The Chiefs, when fully healthy, have the best O-line in the league, and I'll put it up against anybody's.
Speaking about the Chiefs, Adam Schefter just dropped. The Chiefs ruled out Joe
Thuney,
Derek Nottie, Sky Moore, Prince. I ain't pronouncing that word.
They also listed Isaiah, Willie Gay, Kadarius Toney, questionable.
Willie Gay and Pacheco will play 100%. Pacheco kind of like tweaked his ankle, I think Monday or Tuesday, and they're just he's not he's not practicing because he can't. He's not practicing because they're kind of just keeping him safe. Like they may say game time decision, he's going to play. I have that under very good authority that him and Willie Gay will both play.
Yeah, none of those are big losses except for Joe. That's about it.
Yeah, and I mean, I like the Chiefs, even the second string. I think the Chiefs have had 3 or 4 big injuries on the O-line this year, and the young guys, Wanye Morris, for example, have come in and stepped up big. And Mahomes hasn't been. Can somebody pull it up? How many times this season has Mahomes been sacked in total?
It's not very many, and also the Tooney injury might not be that big because I mean I've been saying this for a while. Mahomes is the best quarterback at avoiding sacks that I've ever seen.
I don't know. Eli Manning did a pretty good job against your boys in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was a
Those are
hold
fighting
anyways.
words.
Yeah, it was not a hold. Get over yourself.
Oh wait, on the David Tyree catch?
The helmet catch. Eli
It was
Manning did a
definitely a
hell of
hold.
No, it was not a hold. Just quit crying.
Shit, I could find like three
I'd swing,
defensive linemen
personally.
getting held on one play.
I'd swing.
All right, so Mahomes got sacked 27 times this season.
Which is fantastic.
That's as many touchdowns as
Yeah.
he threw.
Well, I mean,
That's him.
my team's still playing. Yours isn't, so there's that.
It wasn't a shot. It was more impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. Yeah, so for reference, yeah, it was very, very low. Sack rate, the highest. Take a guess who had the highest sack rate in or who was sacked the most?
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Big limb. I'm gonna guess Bryce Young.
No.
Wow. I'm actually shocked.
You're talking about like what quarterback was sacked the most this season?
Sacked the most, yeah.
Yo, what's up,
Will
Jakey?
Levis.
Nope. Will Levis actually was only sacked 28 times, but he also didn't start that many games. Mahomes was the least sacked quarterback for the record. The highest sacked quarterback was Sam Howell with 65 sacks.
That makes sense.
Crazy.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that boy was in hell.
Yeah, bro, that Washington should, they should just get rid of him and then, put another quarterback in there to die.
65 sacks and leading the NFL in pass yards in week 11.
Yeah, by Thanksgiving.
Remember that banger tweet Chandler put out about you're deep in a Madden franchise and it had Sam Howell as the passing leader?
Yeah.
That week was just this season in total has been crazy, and it's more crazy to think it's almost over. It feels like the Lions-Chiefs game was 2 weeks ago, and now we're on Championship Sunday.
That's facts.
Pretty much, damn.
That's facts.
Yes.
Time flies when you're having fun. And football season, being a Chiefs fan the last couple of years I've been a Chiefs fan my whole life before anyone comes at me saying I'm a bandwagon. But the last couple of years, it's been a lot of fun, just saying.
Yeah,
More like the last few years.
I'd say since I liked Alex Smith, but I'd say it's been real fun since Mahomes got to town.
Yeah, I mean that
Yeah,
makes sense.
one could make the argument.
Yeah, I could understand why you feel that way. But JC, thank you so much for coming to give your take. We always love having callers. Thank you
Thanks
so much.
Absolutely.
for letting me come on, man.
Of course.
And then hopefully I get to join y'all on the episode after the Super Bowl and bask in my glory of being a Super Bowl champion once again.
We'll see.
So if/when the Chiefs win on Sunday, when we do our podcast, we'll let you talk your shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I've got receipts on a lot of people, and some dirty laundry's getting aired out if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. Just know that.
Shoot, no, I meant after the AFC title game.
I'm gonna save I'm gonna save the good stuff for if we actually put another diamond ring on the finger. But I've
Although,
got receipts on everybody.
as a fan of a dying star of a franchise, listen, man, winning your conference is a big accomplishment.
Yeah, it is, but job's not finished. As
That's
the
true.
late great Kobe Bryant said, God rest his soul. 4 years ago today, we lost him. Job's not finished, so I'm gonna wait to talk shit until it is.
Respect.
Fair enough.
Respect. But
All right, boys. Hold on. Do what?
oh, I was just gonna say, thank you. That was my bad. What were you saying?
Yeah. I was just gonna say I'm gonna get out of here, go do some stuff. Y'all take it easy, man. Enjoy the podcast. I enjoy listening every time y'all, do an episode. I just wish y'all do more episodes on nights where I don't have to go to work. But hey, when I'm at work, it gives me something to listen to, so I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Problem.
Keep up the great work. Thanks for letting me come in here and talk some ball.
Yes, sir. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much. All right. Is that everything for the NFL?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. That was exactly an hour and a half. So now we can move into basketball. Had some interesting stuff go on with this All-Star voting. Don't know if you saw. Clearly, Damian Lillard is the second best guard in the East right now, according to voters. I'll let you know my take on that in a minute. But I'm gonna pull up the All-Star teams real quick. They only did the starters. Pretty sure, right? It's only the starters.
Only the starters. Yeah.
But was there anybody that y'all can think of for right, like off the top of your head, that was a snub, or do you think they went 10 out of 10? Do you think they got all of them right? Icy, I'll start with you.
Well, obviously they snubbed. It's two players. I mean, I think they got everybody right except for Dame. I love Dame too. He my guy, but either Trey or Brunson really should have been there. And I know a lot of fans are pushing for Brunson, but I think Trey makes a good case to be a starter as well. And that's just on the East. On the West, we can talk about that when we get there, but that's about it. It was fair. It was fairly accurate list all around, the East and West. So.
I know we're in a group chat with a couple people that disagreed with the Shy being a starter, but that was more just them being a hater than anything.
Yeah. Generational hating.
Oh, I partake, so I know how it is. But
Gotta respect it.
Hey, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. But Mac, how'd you feel about the 10 that was released?
Well, I was very disappointed. Derek White wasn't a starter. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, they pretty much got everything right except for Dame. Dame's PR team, is working like Clutch Sports these days. Trying to, clean up. It's crazy. Like I saw. Speaking of Clutch Sports, I saw LeBron get crossed up one point, like from a clip from like 5 years ago, and I just saw that clip. So like, Clutch Sports kind of lacking, but it's crazy. How, like, I mean, I understand that they want to. I understand Dame's a big figurehead in like the Pacific Northwest when it comes to like basketball. But it's crazy, like, because if you heard them talk during the Celtics Heat game, which was pretty good, except for Tingus Pingus had a scare. But they were talking about like rewarding winning. And I feel like if you want to talk about impact, like winning in basketball, I mean, Jalen Brunson is more of an impactful player to a playoff team than Damian Lillard has been. In fact, I mean, Dame has been like pretty good, not entirely as advertised, but like they've kind of been worse. Like they might have been better off just keeping Drew Holiday just for the perimeter defense, because like I mean, they don't have, not to go completely off topic, but they don't really have, and we'll probably talk about the Bucks in a little bit. They don't really have like the perimeter defense anymore that you need to like win a title.
Yep.
And I mean, shoot, Jalen Brunson cooked them on Christmas in front of a national audience. So like, and also shame on Knicks fans for a big market like New York for allowing like Damian Lillard at 35 to get more votes than Jalen Brunson. I mean, it's despicable.
Yep. No, but what you're saying about playoffs, it's a different game in the playoffs. Like the game slows down. You have to play defense. You have to play well if you want to win a championship. And that's first off why they won a championship in 2021, because Giannis was absolutely clamps, and they also had Drew locking down the perimeter, right? They don't have that perimeter defense like they used to. They don't have the depth like they did. They're also a little older. Talking about Brooke and Chris and all of them. But I'm interested to see how they play in the playoffs versus the regular season. Because obviously, I mean, they can coast the regular season. They can do their thing, right? But I don't know. I'm really interested because their problem has been playing a team like Miami that has, besides 2021, right? But like they have struggled in the playoffs at points, and now you get rid of one of your key factors of perimeter defense. I mean, good luck, and you're not matching that productivity on offense with that player, because Dame hasn't been exactly the most perfect player this season. Now, obviously, you get acclimated to a new city. I mean, it's year one, blah blah blah, all that. I get it, but we'll see. Why did I just?
So since we're
Whoa! Why did
it's
it
a
freeze
good
like
question.
that? Oh. Yo, what is going on? Did the stream die? I think the stream died. That stuff.
Glenn Rivers discourse. Oh,
Hey, can you hear me? Yo, what happened? Just get nuked?
move further up north to get better internet, bro.
Dude, I don't know what just happened. I've never had this before.
That's crazy.
Okay, well, I think I can see you. It can't see me, but I guess we'll just keep going real quick.
Yeah, you want to get into?
Is the YouTube still running?
Yeah, it's still running.
Okay.
I don't know why my Discord decided to. Anyways, what were you saying, Mac? I'm sorry.
But yeah, you want to get into the? This leads perfectly into the Adrian Griffin, Glenn Rivers discourse.
Yeah. I personally thought that was really weird. I wanna hear what y'all have to say. Mac, it was your thing, so I'll let you go first.
All right. So for the record, the reason why I call him Glenn Rivers and not Doc Rivers is because he's a fraud. Like he's certainly never gotten a PhD. Like, come on.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Hold on. I'm not gonna lie to you. You said Glenn Rivers. I was lost. I was like, who is Glenn Rivers?
Yeah. Yeah, that's his name, Glenn Rivers. But but Jesus Christ, where do I even start with Doc Rivers? I mean, I think that this pushes the how great were the 08 Celtics because that team definitely won in spite of Doc Rivers. Like if you look at all the talented teams that Doc has had, which is telling his players like pregame. They pretty much say that like he doesn't really run sets or plays. So it seems like it's going to be a lot of spam, Giannis and Dame pick and roll, pick and pop
Hold on,
until the wheels fall off.
hold on, Mac. I don't mean to cut you off. About the last like minute of what you just said just got cut off because it did it again.
Ah,
That was so. What were you saying
oh,
for
okay.
that about the last like minute? That was I know you were talking right there.
Oh,
I don't know what's going on.
oh yeah. Oh, to sum it up, Phil Jackson said before Game 7 of the 2010 Finals, "We're good. They don't adjust."
Hmm. Well, I
And
mean,
then
or,
and then like
or was it-
every and then like every it seems like every former Doc Rivers player is a podcast, and they talk about how like he doesn't really run sets or plays, so
Hmm.
it'll be Giannis and Dame pick and roll, pick and pop till the wheels fall off. Like it's not going to be good. Like it astounds me that he still finds head coaching gigs after they all end the same way.
yeah, that's
Like it's like, and then everyone knows it too. Everyone collectively is like wow, like unless they're like an all-time great team, like they're just not going to overcome this coaching. And I mean, with the fact that they are an extremely flawed team, now you bring in a very flawed coach. It's just not. It's not going to work. Like I think that they're cooked. Like it's over for them.
well. I don't get the reason to want him. Like I mean I get you need somebody right now, and if it was just like a this year thing, I guess I'd get it just because you need somebody, right? Like I get it. You just fired your coach. You're 30-13. No one exactly knows why, but you need somebody right now. So I guess I get it in that sense. But they signed him to like a 3-year deal. So clearly this isn't just a right now move. This is a future move. So
This
I don't get it.
Yeah, this has Giannis's fingerprints all over it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, I'm here. I was hearing stuff that like he didn't like Adrian Griffin talking about. I think they had like a team meeting, and Adrian Griffin was talking about how like everybody needs to like sacrifice to win a title, which would seem pretty standard, but apparently it rubbed like some players the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It honestly, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best environment to bring a rookie head coach into, anyways. But now, like going to, I mean, you're better off sticking with Adrian Griffin because I mean, Doc Rivers, I mean, essentially kind of eliminates your any playoff chances that you thought that you might have, like unless you're like the most balanced team ever.
It just doesn't make sense to me to bring in a guy who can't make adjustments in the time of year where you're going to need adjustments going into the playoffs. It doesn't make sense to me. But I see. How do you feel about it?
I mean, Doc, and how I look at Doc is he's good enough head coach to get you to the playoffs and probably win a round or two. Um, the only thing I say about him is like what Max said, like he spams the pick and roll, and it's like you want to do that in playoff time, not really like regular season. You don't really want to show off like what you can do in the regular season till playoff time, but that's what Doc does. The whole firing was kind of strange just because Griffin came like he was going to Doc for advice and he wound up getting fired. So it's kind of looking like, Doc maybe had a play and like almost sabotage him
Mm-hmm.
just to get that just to get, a coaching hire. And hey, everybody got a dirty Mac, once in a while just to get that bread. But that was some nasty business going on. Um, but hey, I mean, he's a black man getting another head coach job. I'm happy for him. But it's just gonna end up the same way. Um, but I'll say this time around though, maybe because I seen it happen it was the year before the 76ers were the #1 seed, and everybody was like, bro, Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons can't play ball with each other. Well, they ended up being the #1 seed, and even though they lost to Atlanta, they, I mean, Ben Simmons and Joel was playing good together. Maybe this time around he can go up to Giannis and Dame and say like, "Hey, I gotta be on your shit." Because even though Dame recently has good performances overall, he hasn't really been the same Dame. And like obviously he's taking his backseat, just for Giannis. But maybe he can do a good job of meshing them both together. And it doesn't have to be just pick and roll. It can be other plays set up for them. Um, and also maybe you can tell Giannis to tap in more defensively. I thought this year Giannis was to come in, kind of be like an anti-hero or the villain, and be a more of a menace on defensive end. But I mean, he's just doing what Giannis is doing, and Giannis, I have a kind of you know how a couple years back Kobe was giving out challenges to players.
Uh-huh.
I have a challenge for Giannis. Maybe he can prove me wrong, but I don't think anybody noticed. But Giannis was like the hot commodity. Now he's just like, oh yeah, he's just Giannis and the Kupo. Like everybody know what he's gonna do night to night. But if you look around, um, the two best play, he's not really like considered the best player anymore. He's not on the best team in the East anymore. He's probably what you would probably say like he's more Americanized now. He's not really as humble as he came out. I know some people took shots at his character a couple times, but I challenge him just to become more of a dog and try to get back like, yo, like I'm the best basketball player in the world now.
Hmm. I agree. I agree with the what do I agree with? I just lost my head, or I just lost my train of thought. Um, golly. Well, to go off of one of your points, I think that he should be more aggressive. I really do agree with that because, well, it's been so weird, right? Like, and what you said about him being, Americanized and people challenging his character, like, just be, like, go at, like, be aggressive, man. Like, what's the cheer? Be aggressive. Be aggressive, right? Like, do it. I need like do it. You are being clearly your head coach apparently wasn't what you wanted it to be, and that's okay. But now you're gonna have to. You're bringing in a new head coach. You're bringing in Doc Rivers. Now you got to step up even more because now people are gonna look at you and be like, oh well, if you don't win, maybe it wasn't the head coach. Blah blah blah. It's just I guess that's more of a narrative thing. It's more of a media thing, and maybe I'm thinking too much that way. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with this team. And also, with the point that you brought up about people getting used to what he does and just kind of, expecting it. I mean, that's the same thing that we did with LeBron, right? Like, you just come to expect for them to play their best. We just expect Giannis to be great on defense, to dominate on offense, and all this other stuff. Do they do it, every night? Not at a great clip because I mean that's almost impossible to be, incredible every night. But it's starting to get to that point where maybe we don't appreciate what he does as much anymore. But that's that happens because it's kind of like voter fatigue with the MVP. You just kind of get used to seeing it. That's why Jokic didn't have his three-peat because people just got used to a center averaging a triple double. Oh, my mom's calling me. Whoops. But I don't know. We'll see. Everything has to play out for all of this to make sense in the end.
Yeah, no. For the best player in the world, convos probably ever since probably when the Bucks won it. It's always been by like June through the offseason. It's always the number one player in the world considered by most people is like who is the best person on the championship team. Because because it was Giannis was at number 1 for a little bit. Then Curry won, and everyone was like, "Oh, Steph Curry is the best player in basketball." Now Jokic wins, and Jokic is the de facto number 1 best player in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a
Like
little
2
weird.
2 years ago, like when Jokic won his first MVP, like I'm not even sure that people ranked him like above 5. Like people had, I remember KD was like supposedly the second best player, which was pretty nasty.
Mm-hmm. That was nasty. Now I don't think about it. What were you saying, Icy?
Yeah,
Oh, my bad.
No, I was just saying. I didn't know we was done or not, but with this topic because we didn't do the West All Stars yet.
Oh, yeah, Mac. Did you have anything else to say?
yeah, no, that's it. Yeah,
Okay. For me, I think they went. Yeah, I guess if you're just going off of positions, yeah, I think they went 5 for 5. Even though I could be a hater right now and say something nasty, but it wouldn't be true. So, yeah, they got it all right. They went 5 for 5 for me. What do y'all think?
let's see in the West.
Yeah, it's I got it up right now. It's LeBron's the captain, KD, Jokic, Luka, and then Shai.
Man, ooh.
I
I don't know. I think
Oh, go ahead.
I think I think Shy and Devin Booker could be a real conversation for All-Star starter.
That I'm not gonna lie to you, that was the nasty or maybe nasty take I had. Like I don't know if it's gonna be nasty or not, but that was the because D Book has been playing lights out. He's been awesome.
Yeah, D-Book's been balling out. It's just been a consistent thing with the All-Star game is that they just want to reward winning.
Yeah. How you feel about it?
And
oh, my bad.
so that brings up another another point. Shaq, I know there's a clip about winning, and Shaq had brought it up, and I was going to get to. But my main thing is to all the Curry FC, please shut up, because it's like even I saw like Instagram posts, there was like, oh yeah, here's the 5 starters and the 6 man, and it was Curry, and I'm like, bro, tell me what has Curry done that is better? Like he's not having a better season than Shai or Luka. It's not even close. And Shaq brought up a good point. Well, no, he had a point. It was like, why should winning be included? Like back in his heyday, he thought that winning wasn't really included until like the All-Star voting. And I'm like, well, I understand where he's coming from, but then there's be years be like, yo, like, for example, I think it was like 3 years ago, something like that. They was complaining about, I think it was like a Trae Young situation, like when Trae Young was a starter or something. And another point guard in the East, like he was playing real, I think it was like, maybe it was Kyrie or something, I don't know. But it was like, bro, how come this player is like, playing like how come he isn't getting the all-star starter position, but this player is? And it's like, well, he got more games played than him, and he's like, he has better stats than him, or just as good as stats. Like you have to reward that player then. Like winning does matter at the end of the day.
Yeah, and if you're going off of West guards, you said something about them saying he's a 6 man. He's not even the 3rd best guard in the West right now. Off of this season, that'd be Devin Booker. If you're just going off of this, because I mean, you got Shai, Luka, Devin, or D Book. He's not better than any of those 3 this year.
That's facts.
6 man, that's disgusting.
Why are Warriors?
What are you saying?
Why are Warriors fans? Why are Warriors fans talking about All Stars, man? Wasn't Andrew Wiggins a reserve like 2 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah, they've had their nasty takes, so it's time to.
They had their nasty, their nasty ways. So I just don't, and that goes into another topic, and it'd be like, oh, y'all claim that Curry is the face of the league, but he can't be, he's not even an all-star starter. How'd that work out? Like, they just put out a lot of agendas out, and it's just like, bro, y'all really fan clubbish. And y'all not speaking the truth about your quote unquote savior.
I'll be honest.
But, yeah, I love me some Wardell. He's probably my favorite non-Celtic, but like he was the face of the league for like 1 year.
Yeah. I was about to say that's what I was about to touch on. If we're talking about face of the league, it is between Jokic and Embiid right now, and LeBron is still here. I have some bad news.
It's that if it's between that, it's definitely Jokic. Like I never want to hear any type of Jokic and Embiid debates. Like those are dead. Jokic is so much better.
Well,
I
don't even think it's neither of them. I think it's neither of them. Because it's like Jokic, he don't even want to be here for real. And then Embiid, he doesn't have the the playoff wins and the accolades to really like be the face of the league. Like he got to at least win a championship.
Yeah.
Type shit. So, but yeah, the Western Conference, I think they're gonna reveal the rest of the rosters on Tuesday, I guess. But hey, those the list is pretty accurate. I don't really got no problems with it.
Yeah, there's
I
only
like that they went back to the East and West.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So. That's right. Underrated beef is Shea Stans versus Ant Stans.
That's
with
another
very
guard
underrated.
that's playing better than Curry.
Oh yeah, Curry's not even fourth.
Curry's gonna make it. He's gonna make it as a wild card because it goes off of it's 2 wild cards, 2 forwards, I think another center or so. It's 2 guards, 2 wild cards, and then like a power forward and a center, something like that.
So I'm thinking about if he didn't make it, it'd be so funny. I mean, if you take winning into account of it, I mean, but he's gonna get the votes just off of fan votes alone.
Yeah, that'll never happen. That's like LeBron being captain instead of Jokic. I mean, if we're being totally honest, like Jokic should just be captain.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Best player in the West.
For sure. As a Bron sexual, I agree with that. But unless y'all got anything else that y'all want to cover, if y'all can think of anything, y'all got anything else?
No.
We're at the 1 hour and 57-minute mark. So.
All right. Hey, sounds like a good point.
Yes, sir.
To end it. All right. I guess I'll wrap it up. All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Cheap Seats Podcast live, or for those who are offline. Thank you so much for the support. If you do us one favor, well, actually 2, please like and subscribe. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything.
Yes,
helps out the channel tremendously. And yeah, so gonna sign off with these beautiful men with me right now. My co-hosts.
Stop it! I can't give my heart. It's because my camera just wanted to die on me or something. I don't even know what happened. My internet just decided to blow up. That was fun.
Yeah, they gotta let you use like how they do in Spaces with like the heart thing.
Yeah, I can put one in chat. I'll put one in chat. Nobody's in here anymore, but I'll put one in chat. Well, I'll keep the streak alive. There we go. Alrighty. Well, any final remarks? Because